in the beginning it was about to show the design students that sports is also a field of design challenges.
Yeah, hello Nora.
Yeah.
We are here on the Design Masterclass on the Outdoor by ISPO, if I recall correctly. Tell me a little bit about the project. That's a really interesting scenery here.
Yeah, great. I'm happy that you tell me this, Martin. It's first of all, hello. It's really nice to meet you, and that you are interested in the project ISPO Academy Masterclass, or shortly just Masterclass.
Yeah.
And Masterclass is a project which I instigated, and ISPO is collaborating with me for this project, and we launched it in 2016, and it's about bringing fresh and forward-thinking ideas to the sports industry. Because I myself, as a long-term designer for sports apparel in sports, I had the feeling, my God, it's boring. It's getting boring every more.
Yeah.
And so I wanted young and new, fresh talents to inspire the sector with my support.
Yeah, I think that's really well done here.
Okay,
what was
thanks.
the topic of this year's collaboration and efforts?
In general, we are thinking really strictly forward, and we started in 2019 in February at ISPO with our first masterclass this year with the topic New Sports Wherever, Virtual, Indoors, Outdoors.
Yeah.
This is the direction, and then we've defined several directions in which the teams had to work on, the young designers, because at ISPO we have about 30 designers, and we split them up in mixed groups, so English, Chinese, French, whatever. We mix them up and we work together on certain directions. And the direction is in general the more urban spirit, thinking functionality anew. So it's not only about the high performer who goes to Mount Everest or does week-long trekking tours in the Sahara or wherever. Today, sport is lifestyle, and therefore we have to tackle this topic to bring a more fashionable look or a new look, and that because people want to integrate the products in their daily life. And so we want to transform that. For example, the urban camouflage look was the urban office camouflage, tell it correctly, as the students called it, to say here's a classic pinstripe suit, but you can also transform it in a cool hangout look, and in a sports look.
Yeah.
And so it's also. And this is something I noted, that the young generations, the students coming, whatever countries they are coming from, they say we have all our things with us, and we want to store them close to the body, but we don't want to have a lot of equipment. We want to reduce weight and what we have to take with us. And so it's more or less about transformation, transformable products. Products which can be adapted to different needs or to different weather conditions. So, and of course, as I said, but it's also a very important topic. We will work on that in the next follow-up workshop, where we do prototypes. We will tackle virtual reality, e-games, sports. What are the needs of e-sport?
Yeah, combining the IT industry with the fashion industry.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole Industry 4.0 thing.
yeah. We had just a debate here at the base camp of inspiration, and it's really interesting to follow the ideas, and because one group said, we have also to think of the health aspect for e-sport people. But then the other said, an e-gamer only wants to game, and he is living, of course, not really healthy, because with all these energy drinks and with being in front of a computer for many hours. But nevertheless, one day, sooner or later, problems will occur with health. And this is also part of thinking functionality anew, to watch the world, what's going on, and how is it transforming, how are the habits of people are transforming, and offer them products which the sports sector usually wouldn't think about.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the bringing in as different people as possible and as different perspectives as possible is also bringing you forward in this effort.
Definitely, it's really, and back from the beginning when ISPO, when I presented my ideas to ISPO about this concept, I said definitely it has to be really international because first of all, my whole life as in sports has been international from the beginning. I had to travel to Italy, I had to travel to Portugal and countries like this, and to work with people from these countries. And I all worked for brands in these countries, and later on to China, to Asia in general. So it's international, and today's world is globally connected. Yeah, I want an international workshop, or not just a European-based one. So we invite selected schools. We select the schools. It's a curated principle of which we follow. So we select the schools. We each country per country one school, and these schools are invited to take part and to nominate 3 to 4 participants for the workshop. And when they come, and we usually have 8 to 9 countries, or where the schools are located. But of course, for example, at last ISPO, we had 11 nationalities from 4 different continents. So that was just great.
Bringing, getting that full circle, bringing as much people in there and as much different people, and
exactly.
as much different inspiration sources.
Yeah, exactly.
From different. Are there only designers in this project, or are there also people with different backgrounds? Like computer scientists or something like that?
Not yet at the moment, but my intention from the beginning was, as I strictly believe in interdisciplinary or cross-disciplinary exchange, and to really, in this complex world, and also designing collections or shaping products has become much more complex in our world, as our lives have also been developing in a direction of complexity. So it's really necessary to interact with each other, and that's also why I want students to work in teams. We are not a competition where the single one is the hero, but in sports it's about a team and teamwork and interdisciplinary. So the background of the students at the moment, we have fashion designers, we have all sportswear designers, or students from who studied sportswear, because several schools around the world, they offer already masters in this field. And then we have also textile designers. I want to also address a little bit marketing and communication for the sector, and also technology, of course, because we develop concepts. First of all, at ISPO, we don't have a sewing room. We don't have a real lab or something like this. We have just a usual workshop room. So it's about creating ideas, concepts. And these concepts are not only on the garment or on the product, like a backpack or something like that. So it's about what is the target group, what is the use for, what is the sustainability factor, what's the material, do we have maybe to think about new materials, creating new materials. So it's really the full range of the concept that I want the students to cover, and so I need students from different directions of studies.
Yeah, knowledge from all points of interests, and even maybe even explicitly the directions you are not expecting at the moment. So how can people try to get into the team, or try to participate and try to give value to the project?
So you mean as a participant, or no?
In either way. How can people contact you? How can people try to...
People, of course, can just send an email to me, to Nora Kuehner, info@norakuehner.com.
Yeah, link in the description.
Okay. And just get in touch with me. Students, as I mentioned before, usually we invite the schools, and they nominate their candidates. And then we select a bunch of about 30 people for the winter workshop at ISPO. And we are open for collaborations of any kind. We, for example, when we do a follow-up workshop, a lot of companies from the industry say, how can we support? And of course we need financial support, because it's a non-profit story, the whole workshop. and so I'm very thankful to ISPO that
they allowed you to be here. Yeah.
And they support it, but we need more supporters, and we have super supporters. If you look around at the description of the styles, we have super supporters from fabric suppliers like Schöller, Ben Freudenberg. And I also have to make clear, we select as a team, my colleagues and me, we select also our supporters, because we want the masters of today for the masters of tomorrow.
Yeah, I think that's the right approach. Just selecting people and ideas and inspiration specifically for to influence the direction in that's going.
Yeah.
You have to have a clear sense of what you want to do. If you concentrate on, for example, specific functions like it's displayed here, or specific styles, or specific measurements, or specific cuts, or whatever you can dream of, I think you have like an art direction.
Yeah.
Just having a clear vision and then trying to get the right people on board to collaborate with that.
Yeah, and to create ideas which are not already to find everywhere. Because take the jacket I'm having here. I think you took some pictures yesterday. But this jacket, this was from in the second masterclass. I loved it for the sketch in a second. Also the story behind, from wrap to jacket. It's called. And a genderless thing. And the students were really angry about me because they didn't want to work on a genderless thing. And they said in the end, the group had the best result because it was something new for them. And they wrote back to me after the show, I think we had the toughest job to do, but in the end, our result was at least unique.
Yeah.
And this is it, and this is what I want to get from them.
Going the new path that has never been done before, kicking a dent into the universe.
Yeah, exactly. And then I said, okay, we have to realize this thing. We have to transform it in a prototype, in a touchable prototype. And it was also tough working in the follow-up workshop because we do this from this concept, pattern making, to sewing, to finishing it. 4 to 4.5 days. So this is really tough job for the students.
Yeah.
But we love it. We love the challenge, and they take the challenge, which is great for me. And then we had the first working prototype in grey, and I presented it to ISPO to show them what came out of the thing. And they said, one guy said, no, it's difficult, not. What should I do with it? And the other guy, he entered the jacket, I have to say, really, and he stood there and he felt well like me. He really, and it fits him, he liked it. He said, yes, we have to take it to Asia to show our customers there, because this is all what their spirit of sports is more in, this fashionable and more exciting clothing. And I took it then to Premier Vision, the big fabric show in Paris. I was photographed the whole day from bloggers from London, US designer wanted to buy it in a second. And I took it to ISPO for one day. And I was the most photographed person, I think, at that day. And everybody asked me about this jacket. And they asked me, for example, one lady came up and said, yeah, but is it really functional? They said, first of all, so many pictures have been taken today from me, so I feel quite proud, and I feel that I have a certain look which other people like. Yeah. So that is one function.
At least the fashionability is a function in itself. Yes.
Yeah. And it makes me feel well. That's another functionality. And it's rainproof, it's windproof, and it's also microclimate working. So it's. But the look is different, and it's also, I wear it now for 3 hours already, or I have it hanging with me.
Yeah, because of the jacket things, it doesn't interfere with your...
And it's not heavy, because we had this in mind, that we have to make it in a way that when it's hanging, it's not like a burden on your back, but that it's really comfortable. And so, I like it. And I especially selected this color for me because when we presented the jacket to our sponsors who helped us to realize the first prototype, he said, all three sponsors said, we want to. And we want also a copy of this, a sample of this garment. of this prototype. And in the end, we had to produce 6 of them. So.
Yeah, I guess that's a
but
success.
Up front, first of all, no, nothing, no? And then we liked it, and still today I hear from a sponsor who got his samples. He said it's still in our education room, and we get so many compliments for it.
Yeah, I guess you can learn a lot from these experiments. I mean, there are brands like Acronym or other brands who are also experimenting on this.
Yeah.
I mean, I interviewed Coat of Arms today, and they also try to convertible garments and try to take inspiration from traveling issues like not having a pillow to rest your head on and then creating a puffy jacket that you can convert into pillow. And I think that's exactly the direction you are also going for, where you are trying to get inspiration and doing something in that direction.
Yes.
And you did that very well.
Thanks a lot, and I'm
impressed.
Really thanks. It's really great because yesterday was a wonderful day. We had so many visitors and so much. The people agreed on what we are doing, and after 4 years, it is now our 5th masterclass, and so it means from 2016 onward. And I'm really proud of what we could reach, and I'm proud of the students who have been here. And I hope we can continue with this project, because it's also about, in the beginning when I talked to ISPO, it was about to show with young design students that sports is also a field of design challenges.
Yeah.
Because most of the students who study mainly fashion design, they want to go to the red carpet, to the runway, to do elegant, or to do clothing for Dior or Hermes or whatever. And they never think of sport. Most of them, they never think of sports. And my feeling was, because in the beginning of my studies, I also wouldn't have thought of becoming a sports designer. But I ended with the sector, and I was in love with the field at once. And so, and I want to pass on also a little bit of his passion and with what you can get back from something which is also affecting your lifestyle, sports, nature, but making it more fashionable, adapt it also to the way we live today. And therefore I always say also in my training speeches, sports is future-proof, because it's really whether for health
we want to train, or at least be in our bodies and be healthy in our bodies all the time.
Exactly, and that's why it's really future-proof. It's a topic which really, as a designer, you can explore so many fields, especially now with all these technological possibilities, with these new advances in materials and things like this. And this is what I want to show to the students, and to give them a first impression. And I had just in February, we had someone from Paris, and she wrote me after the show, after Masterclass and ISPO show, she wrote to me, Nora, this workshop changed my life. Because before I studied fashion design because I wanted to enter fashion. And now I'm really excited about sports, and I love it, and it has opened my mind. And I said to her, when I knew that I could do something at outdoor show, I said, yes, please come back. Yeah. And she came, and she was on Sunday, she was talking in the workshop about her experiences and her direction, and she was just you could feel it and see it. She was on fire for sports.
Yeah, she was awestruck. And I think I talked with Vibram about soul design yesterday, and then also an interesting thought came up, because if you are wearing the right things, the design of the garment, or for example a shoe sole, just the sole of a shoe, can also impact how you feel and what options are coming to your mind when you're doing something.
Yes.
For example, they designed round circles on the soles of the V-Train, the Vibram, the 5-finger training shoe, just to indicate that you are moving around on those places, that you are circling around on your feet, and having this as a physical indicator of what you are capable of doing. Using the sports jackets here, the blazers and the sporty suits, as an indicator and to inspire you to be able to do something. I think that's also a pretty interesting approach.
Exactly, because it's also the way you dress and what you wear over all day long. It's really, if you have the feeling that it gives you a freedom of movement, that you can do what you want at any time and inspire you, or to say, okay, for example, the bag which Jason designed, I think we got the explanation about this. I gave it to some test persons, and they all loved the look at once, and then they wore it, for example, 30 kilometers of bike tours. And I said, it's so comfortable and it's so cozy to the body, not in a way that it's hindering, it's practically not feelable.
Yeah.
So then you feel free and you can enjoy your ride.
Yeah.
And so it's really, therefore I think clothing is really important. The right products which we still wear all this on our analog bodies. So we really have to take care already when shaping and thinking about new products and new garments for dressing up. So this is these are thoughts which I try to share with the students, and they inspire me and I try to inspire them. And up to now we have super success, and students love it and love to come. And for me it's great, and also ISPO, of course, I think it enriches also the show.
Yeah.
We had so many people here, they said really it's different and it's visible, and this is, if we manage, and I think with this show we have shown with this place in the borderlands, we have really shown that it's visible what Masterclass does, and that we can inspire people in the sports sector who have to think anew. We know that we have to think anew, because it's not only about sports in a perfect natural setting.
Yeah, and I guess if it's just one thought, one instance that you can influence sportswear or fashion to go in a more functional urban direction, I think it's totally worth it. It's just, I mean, even if it's just one person that appreciates the functional clothing more through this exhibition and through this project, I think, I mean, that's more than we can expect, because we are just doing our best. You are doing our best. Other people are also doing their best, and I think this is best seen as a whole big collaboration of content creators and designers and material workers and the industry itself. It's
exactly, bringing to the point. It's really what it's all about. It's about inspiring. And this is also what Graeme Rayburn, for example, told the students when he was at Masterclass for a lecture in ISPO 2019. Is that I want you to be inspired and to keep your eyes open and to be inspired what surrounds you. And this is exactly, and I fully agree with that. It's it has been my guideline always, that I want to inspire and I think also inspire the people around and open the mind and open the horizons for new ideas and fresh ideas. And I'm really happy that that we can make the masterclass, and I'm super happy just with this, with the people coming by, and that we have the chance to present this great project.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nora.
Thanks.
Do you have any closing words you want to say? Any thoughts you want to share with the world?
With the world? Yeah.
Or with designers, or with whoever is watching this video.
Watching this video. Yeah, if you are interested in thinking forward, cross-disciplinary, please send an email, get in touch with me, and I'm always open for fresh ideas, new collaborations. This place is planned to be, or is a hotspot for creativity and global exchange.
Yeah, let's grow together.
Let's grow together, yes.
Thank you.
Thanks, Martin. It was a pleasure.